for clicking on this video. I'm going to be doing a review of the MacBook Pro Pre-Unibody 2008. So, this laptop is older, but I say, as I always do, this laptop is still very aesthetically pleasing. It's got a plain aluminum look, but I kind of like that. All silver with some gray plastic trim around the edges. It is very well done on Apple's part, I'd say. It is fully updated, completely running, 10.8.3 Mountain Lion. It does run perfectly and quite smoothly for a laptop its age. Continue watching and I will tell you lots more about it.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
So, to get started, I'm going to show you a few of the aesthetics of the outside laptop. We have the super drive on the front, the light, the sleep light, then we have the IR sensor for the remote. It's pretty awesome. Then we have, of course, the screws, the card slot, the audio in and audio out. That's audio in, audio out, USB slot, USB 2.0, and then the MagSafe adapter. It's the power adapter. Back, very simple, 2 screws, the fan slots, which are ingenious. I'll show you about those in a minute. Then we have the DVI, which is amazing on a laptop. Those are actually pretty rare on average laptops. Better than HDMI, supports more formats, so definitely an advantage to have. They took that out in the new MacBook, but it's still here in the old one. Ethernet port, some people miss that as well. And then the 2 FireWire ports right there. I've never used those since I've owned this laptop. And then another USB 2.0 port. And then of course we have the Kingston lock. This specific model is an early 2008 2.4 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo. 3 GB of RAM. You can put 4 at the max in these models. The NVIDIA GeForce 8600M GT, and it has 256 megabytes of video memory. That's dedicated. And then, of course, Mountain Lion 10.8.3. As a side note, I want to talk about the DVI port for a bit. This port gives the ability to easily plug in any compatible TV or monitor or projector. It's actually an amazing port that supports many different types of video and resolutions, even more than HDMI. It's as clear as HDMI. It is an awesome port that you will want to take advantage of if you have an older MacBook Pro or if you're considering to get one. So, I'm going to bring up Safari. I want to show you a few gestures. Now, even though this is the older 2008 MacBook, not with the new glass trackpad, it's the old style, it still has gestures that the new aluminum unibody MacBook Pro has. So I'm going to show you. It has momentum scrolling right here. You see, even after my fingers leave the trackpad, the page continues to move. Feels completely natural. Works pretty well too. So let's say I go to, let's say, Wikipedia. Let that page load. So if I want to go back to the page, I use 2 fingers, and it starts bringing back the other page. See? So you can move forward and back between web pages like that. It's actually really useful. I hardly ever use it because I'm so used to using the back and forward buttons, but once you get used to it, actually it's really natural feeling. So if you swipe to the left with 3 fingers, it brings up, oh, the dashboard. Look at that. Swipe back. So use 2 fingers, swipe from the right, or swipe to the left, and it brings up notifications. Swipe back. Also, we got pinch to zoom, That works flawlessly. And this is a very capable machine. Even in 2013, it's still relevant and capable. Runs everything flawlessly. Actually, I have to say I'm pretty impressed how well it runs Mountain Lion. Alright, this is an example of a MacBook on eBay right now. As you can see, $299. It's very affordable. It's just like the one I'm reviewing, and it is a great first Mac for anyone. So don't get the idea you can't afford a MacBook. These are great prices on eBay. So we have these two MacBooks, and you could say, well, they're both the same exact thing. Well, then I would say, no, you're wrong. It's that simple. 2006, 2008. Runs Lion, runs Mountain Lion. You will not get Mountain Lion on 2006, although they look exactly the same. The hardware inside of them is different. OMG, just look how sexy it is. Anyways, I was going to show you the webcam quality. Obviously has a built-in eyesight camera, as they call it, right up at the top. And I'll show you the quality right now. So I'm now talking on the webcam. Hi. This is a test of the webcam. Decent sound, I'd say. Bye. Before, this MacBook Pro has 256 megabyte of dedicated graphics memory. So we're going to put it to the test in the game Minecraft. I like this game. And as you can see, it's running completely smoothly. Let's check the graphics settings. Go to Options, Video Settings, Render Distance, we're going to set that to far. Graphics Fancy, Performance Max FPS, Clouds on. Everything is set to the max. And what do we have? Completely smooth performance. Now this computer will handle this game perfectly. Set fire to some trees. So if you wanted to get this computer for gaming, it works pretty well with it, which is impressive. It's a 2008 laptop. Also, I'd like to mention the 2006 MacBook Pro handles this game just as well. If you'd like to get the 2006 that runs Lion. This is an amazing computer for an amazing game. I love this game, Minecraft. I have Steam on here as well, so it'll handle some Steam games. It's not just 256 megabytes of overall video memory. It's 256 megabytes of dedicated video memory. So it's a graphics chip, separate graphics chip GPU, and it runs amazing for the year it is. So if you wanted to get this laptop to play some games, go ahead. Alright, so I have two laptops here. The Apple MacBook Pro and I believe this is HP Pavilion G1. I just wanted to show you about the fans on the MacBook Pro. Like I said, this fan system on this thing is genius. I'm going to explain to you why. Because, let's say this is a typical bed, or your pants. Either way, when you're sitting a laptop down on cloth, it kind of sinks into the cloth a little bit. If you can see this fan system on this laptop, this is a typical PC laptop. Vent on the bottom, and then vent on the lower side, right here. So what happens when you sit that down in cloth or blankets? It sinks into it, and since that vent is on the bottom, the laptop eventually starts to heat up. Because if you'll notice, there's no vents along the back, none along the right side, only vent on the bottom and the left side. So, sit down, starts to heat up. That's what happened with my old laptop. Starts to overheat. So I had to sit something under it keep it up out of the blankets. It's rather embarrassing that the fan system would be designed like that, but just how it is. So the genius on this fan system is, you can see there's a thin line along the back, and when you open it up, let's say you sit it down inside the blankets, what happens? Well, this backside could be covered, but there's less of a chance of it because it runs the whole way along the back. But let's say the backside gets covered in the blankets like that. Well, not a problem. Instead of it coming out of the back, it'll then come out of the top right here. Air actually literally will come out of the top. And unless you run your laptop like this, I highly doubt you're ever going to get the fan slots covered. Oh, there's the video editing in iMovie that just popped up. So that is the beauty of this fan system in this laptop, and I've enjoyed it. I can sit it in blankets like this. Don't have to worry about it overheating. It all works out pretty darn well. Also, I want to make a comment about the fans in this laptop. There's two. One on the right and one on the left. Well, let's hold the laptop front so you can actually see. So, there's one on the right and one on the left side. Dual fans. You don't see that in many laptops. This, one fan. One rather small fan. So, appreciate the fan system in the MacBook Pro if you have one. Now you can put an SSD in this computer. And boy, if you want to upgrade a computer, that is the best thing you can do to upgrade a computer. This thing will get insane speeds with the SSD. So honestly, if you want to upgrade this thing any more than it already is, SSD is the way to go. That's probably what I'm going to be putting in this computer. This is my first Mac. First Mac I ever got. Still using it. Still runs great. Honestly, if you want to get your first Mac, this will be more than enough. I've done video editing and rendering on this. It is an amazing powerhouse for an amazing price, and can't beat the Apple hardware, the aesthetics, and aluminum. Honestly, who wants a computer made out of plastic anyway? Okay, so that about concludes the review of this machine right here, the MacBook Pro 2008. Thank you guys for watching the whole way through the end. And I don't know where I was going to go with that. Peace.